And we're back on Midlife My Ass for EPiCsode number 3 with Bryan Falchuk, best-selling author, life coach. Would you say you're a life coach? Yep. And a speaker and all-around amazing guy. One of the things that we had discussed, Bryan, off camera was how it is that when we're working on relationships, and this is relating to both of your books, Do a Day is about your relationship with yourself, and then the 50-75 solution, how to build better relationships in life, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Is that you had shared about your marriage. And I said, well, you've turned it all around. And that's where I went with it, right?
Yeah, and I said turning it all around.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's important.
I don't think it ever stops. I mean, same thing with Do a Day. Like that self-work, that journey of your life doesn't end. So why do you think that the work in anything ends? So the story that I shared with you in response to that was I was doing a group, like a group session for one of our common podcasting friends. And my wife, I'm doing it on the 50, 75, 100 solution, talking about making relationships better. And my wife and I got in a fight right before going on. And I was like, oh my God, do I cancel? Like, what, am I a hypocrite now? It's not like everything's perfect. And same thing with Do a Day. It's not like I don't struggle. This is real. I'm a real human being. I'm not perfect. Everything is not done. So we have ups and downs. There are outside influences. We all have our moments. We don't feel well, we're tired, whatever, and we lash out. And so it is something you can always continue to work on.
What I'd like to add to that, ladies and gentlemen listening, as you're looking at how to make the rest of your life the best of your life, and it shouldn't take the rest of your life to do it, that's the part I want to focus on, because it's so easy to think, and I used to do this, the black and white thinking, like, I think I finally, I got to happiness. And then there would be this freaking cloud that would come in, and I would be like plunked down into a puddle again and think that I had absolutely nothing accomplished. Got to start over. This is futile. I mean, just epic level destruction of what I thought was built up and going to stay there.
Yeah.
There's a tendency to think, oh, I've mastered that. I'm good now. I and if it collapses, then it's all over.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I think you hear this all the time. I used to manage someone who would tell me, like, she'd always have some fire to put out. And every single time for years, she'd be like, I just need to get through that and then we're good. And I'm like, really? Like, at what point are you going to recognize? That's not the way life works. And if you think you're done after that, what happens when the next cloud comes and the next fire erupts? Yes. And the thing is, like, life is not a straight line. It's a wiggly, kind of jiggly graph, and you want it to generally go up. And as long as that's the direction you're on, you're going to have peaks and you're going to have valleys, and that's okay.
And none of that took away from what you had accomplished. What I love about you, Bryan, is that you stopped and you said, maybe I shouldn't do this podcast because I just had a fight with my wife. Like, am I being a hypocrite? We totally get that.
Yeah.
And then your level of self-awareness is like what you just said. Yeah. It's a process. Yeah. And it doesn't mean that you haven't achieved what you thought you had.
Yeah. And I mean, the interesting thing is, with both of the books and both of these kind of philosophies that I bring into my life, it's not that I fixed all my problems and I'm done. What I've done is created a set of tools by which I live my life. And that means when I face those ups and those downs, I know how to face them. And so, yes, we had a fight. Yes, it was difficult. No, it was not resolved before I came down in the basement and hopped on this Zoom call. But afterward, I knew how to sit down with her and talk to her about it and own what I had done and how I can help, and give her space to talk about how she was feeling and what she had done and what's going on so we can move forward. And I also learned through all of this that my desire to have things fixed right here, right now is not how she operates. And the more I push for that, the less connected to her happiness I'm making her.
But how do you manage to sort of speak her language and work it out her way while still having integrity to yourself?
Because I'm in touch with what matters to me. So I'll give you an analogous example. That call, it was a weight loss group. And so we were talking about relationships in the sense of having your accountability partner. And what if they're not being that accountable. You sit down for your salad and they're like, I want a steak and mashed potatoes and cheese and sour cream. And you're like, oh, but like you're making this harder on me instead of standing by me. And so it was a lot of like, how do we get them to do what we want here? And so the challenge I gave them is, what do you think their happiness is? And it's like, oh, they want this, they want that. I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe they don't want to be controlled. Maybe they're afraid. Maybe there's other things at play. But more importantly, what's your happiness? Why do you want them as your accountability partner? And, it's like, because I need someone to help me through the process, all these things that are all valid points, but they're super surface level. So having been through weight loss and knowing how helpful it can be to have an accountability partner, your goal is not to have a piece of paper that says get accountability partner that you can tick the box next to and say, yeah, I did that. Your goal is to lose weight, right? It's to get closer to the wellness that you seek.
Right.
So when I challenge them with that, you see they all like, oh, yeah, we're not doing this just to say like, well, my husband, my wife, my whoever's my accountability partner, they're eating healthy too. Yeah, that makes it easier, but it's because you're trying to get healthier. So whether they're eating those things or not, they get a large pizza and a 2-liter bottle of Coke and they throw it all back. Does that make you healthier or not? No. What you do is what makes you healthier or not. That's making it easier or harder. And if today they're not in a place where they can do that, well, that doesn't mean you have to make a worse choice. I know firsthand it's harder. I get that. Relationships are really tough for weight management because do you want ice cream? Well, yeah, because who doesn't? Do you want to go get dessert? Like, you want to share a dessert? Yes. It's really easy, right? We fall into that so easily. And it can work the other way where it's like, you want to go for a run? Yeah, let's go together. Like, it can work in both directions, but you can still get closer to your happiness if you know what it is. And the problem is they had lost sight of that. So in those moments where my wife is, stuck in being angry with me and I'm stuck in like, we have to resolve this now and and you don't understand and you think I'm this and I'm not. And my goal is not to explain to her why she's wrong and have the fight end because she found out she was wrong. My goal is for us to be happy. Yeah. And when you connect to that goal, that's the happiness I seek. It allows me to say, as much as this may feel infuriating to leave this one where it is for the next hour and feel all jittery and anxious because I have anxiety issues, if my goal is for us to be okay, then that's what I'm going to have to do. And I've got lots of tools to deal with my anxiety. I can meditate, I can read, I can do any number of things. But arguing with her is not going to help the anxiety and it's not going to get us better. And that's what I really care about. So I am still staying true to myself. I'm just figuring out what the real myself is. That's been the key.
I love this. Thank you, Bryan.
Yeah. Thank you. I love talking with you, Lonnee.
Yeah, right? Epic. Yeah. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I couldn't recommend anyone more highly than Bryan Falchuk to work with when it comes to revitalizing the who that is you behind all that you do.
Yes.
And then, right? And then figuring out what your next thing is, your special sauce is that you'll offer to the world. It's all about how we relate to ourselves and others. And Bryan Falchuk knows what he's talking about because he lives it, walks it, talks it, breathes it, teaches it, is willing to hit the reset, find the eraser, rewrite things, revise. I've never seen a more organically evolving human being in my life than Bryan.
Thank you.
It's true. And the integrity that you have, that you bring to the table, is something that people inadvertently pick up from you. Yes, they get skills and tools for the toolbox, but they also get this other part of you that is a vibrational wisdom that is passed, whether you're talking about how to cook an egg or how to actually change things in your life that are thorns in your sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lonnee.
Yeah. Guys, I hope that you've enjoyed these 3 EPiCsodes with Bryan Falchuk, 2-time best-selling author. Huge congratulations,
Thank
my
you.
brother. Yeah. And people, you can go to bryanfalchuk.com and please do. Bryan's got some specials on his books that you might want to take advantage of. because Do a Day and 50-75 Solution is a great 1-2 punch, a right combo, a left and a right. It's a, it's everything. And he's working on more. He's got another one coming. This guy is unbelievable. And are there any other final words that you'd like to leave, Bryan?
Well, so on that, if people are interested in the books, for your listeners, they can get a $4 savings on grabbing the 2 books together at my site. And if you just put in F&F for friends and family, because you guys know so much about me now, we better be friends and or family or related. I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to help people change their lives. So it means a lot to me when I see that someone picks it up and they're taking it in. Happily take that discount, F&F at checkout. And you can get to the books at bryanfalchuk.com, Do a Day and the 50-75-100 Solution.
So as I reluctantly bid adieu to this, as I said, double-time best-selling author, life coach, speaker, TEDx speaker, and amazing human being. Guys, I hope that you will endeavor to find the help that you need, because insights from the outside make a world of difference. And you couldn't ask for a more insightful man than Bryan Falchuk.
Thank you, Lonnee.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. This is Midlife My Ass. I'm just getting started. And it's Lonnee Rey, and I'm out for now, but I'll be back. Thanks for joining us.